Hello, my delicious peanut butter cups. It's Michelle Visage. Welcome to another episode of Whatcha Packin. All the way from Fort Lauderdale, it is Susie Toots.
Hello, Michelle Visage, as I live and breathe.
Yes, and a little birdie tells me you've moved to New York City.
I have moved to New York City. I live in Brooklyn now.
Oh, you are very cool.
You know how it is.
What are the cool kids?
I'm a cool
Susie
kid
Toots?
now, me and Lana Del Rey.
So what brought you to Brooklyn?
I've always wanted to move to New York. That was always kind of the plan. My lease ended kind of early, and I said, you know what? Now's a better time than any.
Where were you raised?
Brooklyn. I was raised in a little town called Wellington, Florida.
You're from Wellington?
I'm from Wellington.
Did we have this conversation?
No, we haven't.
I lived in Wellington for 5 years.
I found that out today, and
No
I was
way.
so excited to tell you about it.
Did you go to Wellington High School?
I went to Palm Beach Central High School.
Okay.
It's the rival high school.
You're on the other side.
It was my freshman year of high school that I started really getting into theater. I did the Addams Family. I was Pugsley Addams.
Oh, you were my son.
Yes, you just did Morticia.
I did.
Oh my God.
And it's a wonderful musical.
It's wonderful, and it's also creepy and dark and sort of off to the left, which drew me to it so fiercely. I love the freaky, culty musicals. That's what got me into all this nonsense.
Yeah. How long have you been doing drag?
I've been doing drag for 3 years now.
So you're still a baby.
Yes.
Your obsession with all things 20s and 30s. How did that start?
So in high school, we did Mary Poppins my sophomore year.
Okay.
And we all learned how to tap dance, and I was obsessed with it.
Right.
I
Well,
had
you are the tapping queen.
the tapping diva. Yes, you had the 9 tapping toes.
Yeah. Yes.
I had a knack for it, and that got me really excited. So then it was Singing in the Rain, it was Debbie Reynolds, it was just this YouTube
There we
rabbit
go.
hole of
Yeah.
the most fabulous women alive. Eleanor Powell, and this is an Eleanor Powell inspired
I love that.
silver tailcoat, but that's a lot of where the Susie 2 character came from.
I love that. And then you said, okay, I'm going to take that theater training and my love of theater and all things vintage and start a drag persona?
Yeah, so I was a big fan of the show, of course.
Right.
Because what little gay boy is not?
Right.
And I did a show at my college. They wanted us to do dinky little 2-person plays and self-direct them. I said, I'm doing a 10-person musical.
Oh.
I'm choreographing it, I'm directing it, I'm doing all the wigs, I am assembling the costumes. It was Zombie Prom.
Okay.
And I love Zombie Prom. I was so proud of it. And I was like, if I can direct, if I can choreograph, if I can do costuming, and I want to be in it, I want to be the star of it,
Right.
that's drag.
You came out strong. You won your talent show.
Yes, I
With
did.
your 9 tapping toes.
My 9 tapping toes.
And you kept going. And what I loved about your trajectory was that every note we gave to you, because I'm being honest, you're still learning in the makeup department.
Yes, yes.
You are. It's a bit harsh sometimes. We talked about this. You took the notes, but that's a true theater kid. Like a theater kid or a pageant kid can take notes and apply them, which made us all extremely happy. And you were giving us versatility at its finest. So in the beginning it was kind of like, are you always gonna do this 1930s thing? And you were like, no. And you showed us, no.
I remember that week, it was the quilted runway, and I felt so good about the challenge. And I had done look after look that was 1930s, giant, tall eyebrows, clowny, clown. And I said, I know I'm gonna be in front of the judges. I know I'm gonna be in front of Michelle this week. I have to switch it up. So I was doing my makeup next to Lana Del Rey. And I said, what are you doing with those eyebrows? Where are those going? Those critiques to that makeup was I was so thrilled.
Yay!
I had never gotten that kind of response before.
Each week, you got stronger and stronger and stronger. And I think you really never wobbled until the week you went home, which is, I know this feeling. It's right before the final.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Ouch, ouchie, boo-boos. Yeah, I hadn't gotten really a negative critique
Yes.
until the very end when it was a wave.
I think the critique was fair and it wasn't very Vegas. And you almost had kind of regressed back to what you were in the beginning. But I feel like you thought that out and you did that on purpose.
Yeah, so in my mind, I had explored a lot of different avenues throughout the season, makeup-wise, costume-wise, and especially in the challenges, I think I took an opportunity to step away from the runways that I was presenting. And I was like, this final one will be a return to form. This will be the elevated 1920s Susie. But upon reflection, I see where we had so much, it was a great opportunity to show versatility that I did not take.
Correct. I understand that kind of Sunset Boulevard, reborn.
Yes.
Time for my close-up. And not that I disagree with it.
Yeah.
I just felt it was out of place for that challenge. Like, it would have been amazing to see you come out in this glamazon thing that we hadn't seen the entire competition.
Whipping around a human unit.
Imagine! What was your most fun?
The RDR Live was so fun.
Everybody really loved that.
It was just so well written. We got that script and I was like, this is comedy. This is good.
Yeah.
On set, in the moment, as Miss Rhonda with the cigarettes in my hair,
Yes.
I just have never felt more in my element. And it was just, this is what I want to be doing.
I was going to say, is that something you want to continue to do? I mean, theater, is that why you moved to New York?
100%. Give me a funny wig and a silly voice, I'm there.
Everybody's got their favorites. For obvious reasons, mine's always the Rusical.
Yes.
I love being a part of it. I love helping in any way that I can. Like, I always offer anything I'm like.
You're always a role, a narrator.
Whatever I can do. Tell me what I
love
can do. Can I be a voice? Can I direct? Can I coach? I live for it. And they're getting better and better and better. They're like Broadway quality at this point.
100%.
Yes. So let's talk about the question. And the question is, who should go home and why? And almost unanimously, Susie Toot.
They couldn't take me.
They couldn't.
They could not take me.
That's what it came down to.
Yeah.
You're the biggest competition. And I will tell you this, having been in competitions and having watched a million, having judged, that's how you play the game.
Yeah.
You get rid of your competition.
Absolutely.
If it were me, I'm sorry, I sound ruthless.
Get Susie out of there.
Get Susie out.
I took it as a compliment. By the second girl, I said, this is great.
No, it was a compliment.
And then it was the third and the fourth girl, and I said, wait, what are we doing here?
What's happening? But you took it like a champ.
Yeah. It was definitely a through line throughout the season that the girls were, I was the punching bag.
Yeah.
Because I was never perturbed. I was never—
Cool as a cucumber.
Cool as a goddamn cucumber. That's me.
That's a theater kid.
Yeah.
Tell me about getting to do the makeover.
Oh my God. I mean, hardest day that I had there, but it was also the most rewarding and the most incredible. Because my mom she's such a fan of Susie Toot. Her name is Susie Toot. Her maiden name is Susan Toot. She's always been a fan of it, but it's just not her world.
Right.
And I realized that day that there's a lot of steps that I need to take to introduce her to that world. And she would come if I was able to invite her or make sure that I had earlier shows and was able to accommodate her coming, because when I was putting her in drag, I was like, so much of this I've never even told you about. I've never told you what Susie is and what she means to me. And I was so excited to tell her how well I was doing. That's what I needed in that moment. To have that release of like, oh my God, Mom, I'm doing really good. You would be so happy. Like, I could cry.
I could only put myself in your shoes thinking of how tired you kids were at that point. This is the Olympics of drag for a reason.
Yeah.
And then getting the reprieve of having your mother walk in. That unconditional, hopefully, love that you get from a parent.
Absolutely.
Or a sibling or whoever it is in that place. What a treat.
Treat. And I was so worried that like if things went south that she was gonna blame herself or that she was gonna, and I was like, you did everything I asked you to. You did so good. Whatever they say has to do with me and how I chose to do this. It has nothing to do with you.
Aww.
And then we get out there and it was like so much love and praise that I could not have asked for.
Aww.
I was so happy.
Let's talk about your costuming. Now,
love.
this kind of Shakespearean one, who did that one?
This was Sharon Malka in Queens, New York. They've helped with stuff for We're Here and for big draggy productions.
Right.
Their specialty is historical fashion.
Well, you can tell.
So I've followed them forever.
By the way, that is stunningly made.
And the inside of it is even more glamorous and gorgeous, and it's perfect. I knew that with a category like short shorts, everyone was gonna go so modern and so sleek, and so I just wanted I love being the sword clown.
You do.
Yes.
You get off on it. Yes. Let's talk about the middle one.
This is, to me, peak Susie Toot.
Yes.
I've dreamed of owning this outfit.
Okay.
It was always a top hat with a big dime placed on top of it, because I'm a big 42nd Street.
I was just, I had to learn that opening number to graduate college. You want to talk about hell?
5, 6, 7, 8.
Right.
When the mask category came and I said, we're doing the dime, we're spinning it this way, and it's gonna be huge. And it felt so good to have it the first week.
Yeah.
I said, this is where I'm coming from.
Point of view.
Point of view.
Yes.
Exactly. So I love her. I'm wearing that. I'm gonna wear that out on the road.
I have no question that you're gonna do that.
I don't care what the number is.
And then this is the makeover look, isn't it?
Yes, it is. So everyone was clowning me the whole season about my pink look. And when Ross said that I was chic and fashionable, and then everyone was like, girl, give it up. And they were joking on me. They were like, chic and fashionable, Susie, girl, bye, making fun of my outfits.
Right.
So when I came out with this and La Roche said that this outfit was the most fashion forward thing on the stage.
They couldn't take it.
I could hear Sam's neck go, she was furious. So I'm so proud of it. I love her.
Did you make that one?
I did not. This was a designer in Providence, Rhode Island that I met through a connection. Her name is Jess. She's
Great.
fabulous.
Well, it's fabulous.
It's so cartoonish.
Yeah.
It was based on a look I had done for a competition long ago that was like this scary French black and white cartoon monster that like ripped out her own heart.
Obviously.
Because what?
Nothing's normal, Susie.
No, it would never be.
No, it would never be regular. I think your journey has been fantastic. It's been so much fun to watch you go through this whole competition. And even though you didn't make it all the way, you got really damn close. And it's been so fun getting to know you, getting to judge you, getting to watch you. You really are a treat. I'm so glad you're in New York City. You belong there, your people are there. And I can't wait to see you up on that great white way.
Thank you so much, Michelle.
You are so welcome, Susie, too.
This has been so fun.
Super fun. Thank you so much.
So appreciate it.
And thank you for joining me for another episode of Whatcha Packin. I'll see you kids next time.
Got it like that, got it like this. Wanna take a swing, no, I never miss.
I have a feeling I'll be seeing you at the supermarket in that.
Exactly.
Get
I'll
your
be wearing
wear
this.
out of
These
it.
shorts with fruity on the bottom.
Yes! Hey, you want more non-Emmy nominated gay you traders? Well then don't forget to subscribe to the RuPaul's Drag Race YouTube page.